Welcome to this self-healing session for Wednesday. I hope everyone is having an amazing day when you see this. And this is just a part where we are going to talk about self-healing. And this is going to involve your journal, your red pen, and a mirror. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started because it's 3 parts to this, and it's a lot that I have to get out. So I want to start with self-healing is something anyone, anywhere, anytime can do. You don't need to be gifted with special abilities. Only eagerness, compassion, love, and intention. This is what makes the magic happen. The 3 types of healing are self-healing, absent healing, and hands-on healing. Most of us self-heal whether we realize it or not. In fact, it is a natural instinct when we are all out of sorts or unwell. Self-healing is when you treat yourself with the kindness and love you deserve. It is believing you have value. One way to value yourself is through correct dietary consideration in your diet, physical exercise, health care, hygiene, and attention to your living space. Your home is a womb in which you are nurtured, grow, and heal. To consciously begin self-healing, I want you to, and this is participation, you have to sit or stand in front of a mirror in which you can clearly see your face. So I want you to sit or stand in front of a mirror, and I want you to just look at your face. Look deeply into your own reflection and see what your eyes reveal to you. So stare at your eyes. Look into your eyes. Just look. Just stare. I'm going to give you 1 minute just to stare into your eyes. Now, while you're staring into your own eyes, in this moment, you're actually reading yourself. You are looking into your core. As you look deeply into your eyes, the clearer the picture of the inner you will be. As you stare into your own eyes, I want you to send a silent message of love to yourself. Send the message of love. Tell yourself you love yourself. Look into your eyes and say, I love you. And then I want you to acknowledge how this feels. Take notice of any signs of discomfort or any reaction for that matter. What do you see? This is a way of sending yourself love. And once self-love is accepted, your own energies can flow freely without restriction. I'm still looking into my eyes. So let me come off of my eyes. But doing this, I want to read once again. This is a way because a lot of you do not have self-love. So telling yourself you love yourself while looking in your eyes. This is a way of sending yourself love. Self-healing comes from free-flowing energy, and once you are able to heal yourself, you are then able to heal others. Lack of self-acceptance blocks energy, creating an imbalance. Acceptance allows energy to flow. When you start accepting yourself and having self-love, energy flows. When you think about loving yourself, it must be unconditional. This means that you accept all aspects of yourself, whether this be your body, your body hair, your short temper, your freckles, your wrinkles, your pimples, too much weight, too little weight, too tall, too short, too old, not old enough, not good looking enough, not clever enough. When you are in the mindset that only certain changes, either physical, social, emotional, or environmental, will make you more lovable, you are a being conditional and not loving what is. When you find the flaws that I talked about before, when you find flaws, when you look at yourself, you're not loving yourself. Learn to love yourself exactly as you are with no conditions. This leads to healing on all levels. As you become unconditional with yourself, so will others. You will exude a new energy. Your aura will be like a new energy. People will begin to behave differently towards you because you are behaving differently towards yourself. A positive and all-encompassing attitude allows you to see yourself in a new way. People begin to see you in a new way. So you see yourself in a whole nother way, and people see you in a whole nother way. Your self-attitude will affect the attitude of others. So what you think about yourself, others will think about you too. So how do you think about yourself when you see yourself, when you look into your own eyes? When you tell yourself you love yourself, do you really? Are you seeing all the flaws? Or do you see the beauty in you? Energy blocked within your aura will be released, allowing you to vibrate at a higher level, drawing people to you. You'll be drawing higher energies to you. Now, I'm hoping you're still looking into the mirror while listening to this. Because after spending some time looking into the mirror at your eyes, you can then begin to look at your entire face. So take in everything, including your hair, the shape of your nose, the shape of your mouth, your neck, your chin, your eyebrows, your ears, your complexion, your skin texture. Take all that in. Look carefully at your face and notice what you like about it. You may have a nicely shaped mouth, well-formed ears, good complexion, nice eyebrows, glossy hair, beautiful hair. Now I want you to, while you're looking at yourself, I want you to touch your face and hair, accepting all that is you. There will be something positive about your face. So keep looking until you accept the reflection that's staring back in the mirror. Now, as you do this exercise, you will become more aware. You'll become more aware that during your life, you have most likely spent more time criticizing yourself than complimenting yourself. Have you done that? No matter how strange or uncomfortable you feel, keep looking at yourself in the mirror and don't stop until you have found at least 2 pleasant aspects of your face that you can love. Because by doing this, you begin to reprogram your brain and your inner self becomes more peaceful. So keep looking at yourself and send pure love. Feel it floating from you, then gushing from you. You will feel the love wash over you, giving you a feeling of utter serenity. Once you are feeling calm and warm, you can stop the exercise. So are you feeling calm? Are you feeling at peace? Do you feel tingly and warm all over? Don't stop until you do. Because the more you practice this, the easier it will be to see the good points in you. This will grow each time until you look into the mirror and see the beauty of all that you are. It will be as though like an entirely new being is looking back at you. A whole nother person is looking right back at you in the mirror. Okay, let's take a breather. I'm seeing 11:11. 11:11. Once you become at ease with your eye and face, study and do the exercise naturally. Move on to the rest of your body, learning to love every part of yourself without question. The feeling of complete self-acceptance will take time. It will take time. And viewing yourself in this may require perseverance. During this process, you may reach blocks, so keep pushing until you feel the black crumble and fall. Each day, each time. Because each time you do this, there will be an emotional growth spurt that feels deep within you. You will feel it. Don't be too disturbed if there are some down days where you don't feel as positive. But just keep pushing through and don't let your positive self-belief system waver. Because eventually the struggle will stop and you will accept yourself as a loving and lovable entity. So continue to practice this exercise, this mirror exercise. Look into your eyes. Start loving yourself. As you reviewed in the last video, start loving yourself, seeing yourself for who you are. And the more you do this, the more beauty you will see, the more acceptance you will see, and you will love yourself. Continue to say, I love you every morning when you look up, or every time you pass the mirror. Tell yourself you love yourself, because who else can love you more but you? Who else can give yourself unconditional love but you? Who else can see the beauty in you but you? This is a simple exercise, but for some, it's harder than others because they cannot accept themselves. They can't look at themselves for a long time because things start happening in their head. They think negatively about themselves or see all the flaws. When you continue to practice this exercise, you start seeing the beauty, the uniqueness in you. Now, the inner self-awareness exercise can have a powerful effect on your psyche, offering wonderful insights. You are using your mind and thought process to help you grow beyond yourself and pose those barriers that you have. You grow beyond that. You are expanding your thoughts about loving yourself. You will feel yourself stretching beyond your own perceived limitations, and you won't have any barriers. I just want to keep saying that. You won't have any barriers. No more limitations. Because the next time you look in the mirror at yourself, you'll start seeing yourself as an integral part of the universe, a benign loving force that is powerful and whole. But with this is the process to self-heal. Because it is necessary. Because right now we're going to do this self-healing exercise. Because it's necessary to take a walk down memory lane. So we're going to take a walk down memory lane. And to do this, it is necessary to peer back along your timeline. So I want you to imagine that this as a silver thread stretched out in front of you. And if you look to the right, you will see into the future. If you look to the left, you will see in the past. You are going back along your timeline, far back to, when you were a child. So I want you to look at all the people who were around you at the time when you was a child, in your childhood, because we're going back to your childhood. So who do you see around you? I want you to vision, who do you see around you that sticks out in your head as a child? I want you to take in what their role was in your life. What they said to you. What did they say? So not only what did they say to you, what did they say about you? And how did you feel about yourself when you were in their company? What did your mother say about you? What did your father say about you? What did your sister or brother say about you? What did your aunt, teacher, friend, schoolmate say about you? How did these people in your life treat you? What stands out about your childhood? Were certain ideas about you imposed upon you? Who you were? Was that imposed on you and you accepted that? Did you feel uplifted and nurtured, or did you feel down and restricted? Did people's ideas of you help you feel fulfilled and confident, or shy and negative? This is a very testing self-healing exercise because you are forced to relive aspects of your life that may be uncomfortable. I told you, you're going to go through some emotions. Because the object of this exercise is to heal and reprogram the child in the past to in turn help the adult in the present. So this is where the journal work comes in. Because I want you to take notice of and write down anything that was constantly said that made you uncomfortable and unhappy. Who and what are the strongest influences in your life? Who are the strong influences in your life? Who do you love to see and be around? I'm going to give an example. My grandmother. It's always been my grandmother. That was the most strongest influence in my life, my grandmother. Now, who did you dread seeing and being around? Some people have to think. Or some people know exactly who you dreaded to be around. And as we're doing this exercise, I'm writing as well. I'm doing this as well. I'm doing a whole nother one. So are you writing? So who was the positive person in your life that influenced you, that you love being around? Did either of your parents or siblings say or do anything that caused you distress? Who is it that you dreaded being around? So 2 things. Who did you love, or it can be one or more people? Who did you love being around, and who did you dread being around? Who caused you distress? Who caused you happiness? And also, how did it make you feel being around this positive person and being around this person or people that cause you dread? Who had a positive effect on you? What did you want to emulate and why? This can be a family member, a friend, an acquaintance, a teacher, or someone you read about, saw in the public eye, on television, in a movie. Who was it? Was there someone who conducted themselves in such a way you wanted to emulate them? You wanted to be like them? Now I want you to look really look carefully at all the feelings surrounding this person. By dissecting your life in this way, you can pinpoint where your insecurities came from, where your fears came from, where your phobias came from, where your self-criticism and negative thoughts about yourself possibly began to plant a seed. Because the seeds then took root, growing into an enormous fear tree, a huge fear tree with huge roots. It was already planted. And it was planted in every area of your life and stunning your natural, spiritual, and emotional growth. And most likely affecting your overall health and well-being. Now, when you have finished analyzing your childhood, I want you to come back into the present and look at what you have written. Take notice of how and what took place in the past that has impacted you in the present. So in this writing, like I said, it's three parts. You did the mirror magic. Now, when you watch this video, don't do it all at one time. You don't have to do it all at one time. You can do it in increments in different periods, because some people haven't gotten past the mirror yet. So after you look into the mirror and start loving yourself, and you practice this on a daily basis, then I want you to prepare yourself to write in your journal who was positive in your life, who you want to be or emulate certain attributes, were they kind, were they nice, were they sweet, were they loving, were they always there. And then I want you to, so that's the first paragraph. The second paragraph, I want you to write who was it that caused you to be distressful or feeling bad about yourself or feeling down. And it stuck with you. That seed had planted. It grew into your childhood, and you don't even realize that. So I want you to write that in the second paragraph. So who was positive in your life? First paragraph. Second paragraph, who was negative in your life? And once you get done, I want you to read. Just read what you wrote. Take a step back and read exactly what you wrote. Once you read what you wrote, I want you to now begin to analyze the present. Study the present. And I want you to ask yourself who, what, and how you are influenced in the present, and what effect these influences are having on your life and your health. If you are in a relationship, I want you to look carefully at your partner and how you feel around them and what their perception of you is. How does their perception of you make you feel? Does it restrict you or does it raise you? If you have a partner. Now, if some of you don't have a partner, if you have children, Ask yourself, what you think their perception of you is, and how does that make you feel? Who do you spend time with? What do they think of you, and how does their perception of you make you feel? So some may not have a partner. Some may not have kids. So then I want you to look to see who is it that you mostly spend time with, and how do they make you feel? What do your friends say to you and about you? What do your friends say? And how does that make you feel? Do you spend time with people who make you feel uncomfortable or unhappy? Who are they? Who are these people that you spend time with that make you feel uncomfortable or unhappy? Now, why is this? What do they say? What do they do? I'm going to bring it to your place of work. At your place of work, what do your colleagues think of you? Your colleagues, the people that work around you, think of you. And how does that make you feel? If you have a business, how do others think you run it? And how does that make you feel? Now I want you to look carefully at all the people who influence you as an adult and how they make you feel. Now I want you to be very honest with your with yourself. I want you to be very honest with yourself, because this is honest work. In fact, I want you to be brutally honest, because by doing this, you will clearly see the positive and negative influences in your life and understand how they affect you. I want you to write down everything you feel with everyone you interact with as an adult. I want you to leave nothing out. Even if you don't agree with what people say about you, don't leave nothing out. Because as you read what you have written, a pattern will begin to form, and you will see how you can eliminate the negative things. You can start eliminating those things, and reinforce the positive aspects of your life. So we're going from childhood, who was a positive influence, who was negative influence in your life. Then we're going to your adulthood. We're going to do the same thing. And then I want you to step back and read it all over again. Just step back and read it, and it'll come out. Maybe some people you forgot that comes up. Because when I did this exercise, it was some people that I forgot while I was writing, and I read it. And I think I read it like 3 or 4 times. And it was the more people that came out that I forgot about, haven't seen in years or thought about. And then when I read it, it was like it took me back to some childhood places that I forgot about. Some good childhood places, some bad childhood places, some good people in my life, some bad people in my life. Some people that, yes, made me feel uncomfortable, even just when they came over, to my family house, or that I didn't just hi and bye, So it'll be when you do this, it's gonna start open, and you read what you wrote. It's gonna open up some emotions. because trust me, it did with me. Some things that I held suppressed inside, and I didn't even know it came out. I remembered. So this is like I said, these are simple magical tools that I'm giving you. It's simple, but it's difficult. Because like I said, some people can't even get past the mirror loving their self. And then these next 2 steps, it's going to get even harder, more difficult, but it has to be done. And we're doing this for a reason. Because once you have completed, once you complete your adult list, because you have a childhood list and then you have an adult list, I want you to compare it with your child. I want you to compare both of these. And you may find you are repeating behaviors or patterns that have caused difficulty all through your life. So by recognizing these behaviors or patterns, you begin to take steps to heal yourself by releasing these negative patterns. You may find as you compare the childhood you with the adult you, there are people in your adult life who behave in the same way as someone in your childhood. As you compare your past and to your present, you will notice that you are recreating certain scenarios that didn't work when you were younger and will most likely not work while you're an adult. And as you match people and scenarios, document the positive as well as the negative. It tends to be the negative comments, feelings, and situations that are remembered vividly because they cause pain and leave scars. Sometimes the negative outweighs the positive in this journal writing. Because do you have more positive moments than negative moments from your childhood and your comparing the list, childhood and your adult? Or do you have more negative than positive? And that's what's sticking with you. That's what sticks out. Because it caused pain and it left scars. Because unless you are you are an evolved human being, you will find that much of your childhood has been created in your adult life with some minor differences. You are looking at where you began. The foundation on which you built your life. To strengthen these foundations, you must heal the child in the past in order to have a strong foundation in your present, in your adulthood. You must go back. You must go back to the foundation to strengthen that and heal it and recognize it for what it is. To look at the past, and when you look at the past and accept your karma, whatever it was, is for most people impossible, and that is it's perfectly natural. It's perfectly natural. When looking back at difficulties in the past, it's impossible to accept all that happened. And I believe the way to approach the past that cannot be changed. You cannot change the past, but you can heal it. Now, I don't know how many times you're going to go back and read because this isn't something that's quickly done. I'm telling you now, you probably an hour doing this, half an hour, 45 minutes, probably a couple days. But I want you to reread, once you get done everything, writing down your past, the positive, the negative in your childhood, and the same thing in your present, and you read your past. I want you to send back along your timeline all the love and light you can. Give it love and light. I want you to feel it and visualize it washing over the child you were. I want you to see and feel that child absorb the light and love. Now, in this exercise, I went back to when I was 5, and some of the traumatic experiences that I witnessed, starting at the age of 5. And I visualized myself as a little girl at 5. Lost, confused, innocent, didn't know. And I sent that little child, that little girl, that 5-year-old little girl, love. I sent her light. I visualized her. I sent her love. I sent her light. And I imagined a white light just pouring out, like she's like my childhood, my 5-year-old myself. I'm looking at my 5-year-old self, and I'm looking at her in the light, like the light is shining all over her, and I'm hugging her with the light. I'm hugging her with the light, and the light is of love, unconditional love, and just giving her comfort and stability, and just letting her know everything is okay. Everything is okay. The past cannot be physically, we know the past, it cannot be physically altered. But you do have the power in the present to affect changes. The life you have now is the life you chose to experience in the body you now inhabit. What are you going to do to make the incarnation the best you have ever experienced? You know that the only way you can move forward is to accept what has been and work with what is. By being more aware of your past and present self, you enter a place of knowing, a higher self-consciousness. This is a place where there is understanding and acceptance of what has been. Understanding and accepting of what is now. And the desire to work beyond your previously accepted limitations. And now once you reach your place of knowing, your higher sense of consciousness, you will approach each difficulty in your life with a new understanding. Because now is the time for you to affirm your present and your future with positive input. Positive input. So that which you are moving, because that's what you are moving towards, it will uplift you. You will be speaking more positive, because I want you to remember, and as I'm talking to you, I want you to remember in your childhood past. You could remember the age or not, or whatnot. I just want you to see yourself as that little girl. And when you think of this little girl with this white light that you're in this, under this white light, I'm gonna say like it could be a lamp, a lantern, or whatever, like just shining. You're on the spotlight on the stage, and you're sending a little girl love and caring arms that just hugs. I want you to talk to that child and just speak. Just speak to that child. Tell it what you give it positive. Because a lot of you had negativity all around you as a child. I want you to tell that child you love her. I want you to tell that child she's beautiful. I want you to tell that child that I'm here. Whatever it is, whatever you feel, I just want you to speak it. Don't do it in your head. Say it out loud. You have looked at yourself inside and out, from your past to your present. You able to recognize the positive aspects from your past and present and the negative. And you're able to give love and light to that. When you get there, because everybody has different amounts of time to do this, you are now ready to change your thinking. Thinking about how much you love and accept yourself can be turned into a mantra which you use every day. Example of what I wrote down for myself. I love myself and deserve the best that life has to offer. My self-love knows no bounds. It is unconditional. I have the power to create the life I want to lead. There are positive, supportive people around who will enhance my life. Each day when I awake, I know my life is becoming more fulfilling. I have the power to take change of my life. I have the power to take charge of my emotions. I have the power to take change of my finances. I grow and am enriched by each experience I have. I have the ability to create a life to be proud of. That is my mantra. You can make your own mantra, saying what it is, claiming what it is to be, and sending it with unconditional love. Because your list of affirmations can go on and on. You can change up your affirmation for what you feel. And the more you say them, the more readily your subconscious will accept what you say as gospel. You will find yourself taking steps quite naturally that leads you to the outcomes you desire. When you begin using affirmations, and affirmations are important because they're magic word spells. You continue your positive and uplifting affirmations. You will feel the initial resistance ease. It will ease and finally drop away altogether as your mind accepts new thoughts. Repeat the one you find the most difficult and be persistent. If it is too testing to say it out loud, keep saying it in your head, because eventually you will accept the new concept. Because some of you are hard. I'm speaking to a few of you that this is hard. This is a hard thing to do. I'm feeling that for some. This is a hard thing to do. I want you to say the affirmation each night before going to sleep, and as soon as you wake up in the morning. And if during the day, today activities, something happens that is negative, immediately refer to one of your affirmations, repeating it again and again and again in your head. Because this will help you to be calm. And not only calm you, but it calms the nervous system. And if one of your affirmations does not seem appropriate for the situation, make one up and use it. You can just use it. I love you. Today is going to be an amazing day. Today is a beautiful day. I am a queen. I mean, however you feel comfortable in making your affirmation, I want you to keep repeating that. And for those that are hypersensitive, this really works good on your nervous system, and it will calm you down. Because when using affirmations, they must always be positive. You only ever contemplate what you do want, not what you don't want. If you are working on a difficult project, instead of saying, I wish this project was easier, you say, I know this project will become easier every day. Instead of saying, I won't become stressed about my finances, you could say, I'm becoming more positive each day about the way I handle my finances and will overcome all obstacles. Instead of saying, I want things to stop being so difficult, you say, everything is becoming easier and more manageable in my life. By making positive statements is an integral part of the reprogramming process and success with self-healing. You can even meditate on any of your affirmations. This is done by allowing yourself to relax. Just before closing your eyes and beginning your meditation, you say your affirmation 3 times. You then visualize the words in your mind's eye while you meditate, allowing the words to go through your subconscious. Because this is what you're training your subconscious to speak more positive. Because I know it's some on here. Always have negative thoughts, negative words. Like I said previously, in the last video, watch what you say and how you say it, because you're definitely manifesting. But what are you manifesting? What are you bringing into your life? Who are you meeting? What things are going on in your life? It's the words you say. Your words are magic spells. When meditating on the meaning and the significance of your affirmation, I want you to recognize that what it will mean to you, what it will mean to you when you reach your goal, and how would it affect your life. So once you reach that goal, like I said in the beginning of the program, your journal writing, write your story for the next 30 days. And I want you to recognize what it will mean. What will it mean to you when you finally reach that goal? And how is it going to affect your life once you reach that goal? Because by this you will begin to see new concepts opening up for you. And it will lead you to a new level of understanding. Some with the affirmation, if you drive in your car or listening in your headphones, some of you can just say it over and over again and repeat it in your ear or on your TV. It's a lot of affirmations on YouTube. It's a lot of affirmations online. If it's hard for you to make an affirmation or just starting off. But continue to play that and continue to speak positive positive in your life. And the more positive you speak into your life, the negative will fall. And when negativity comes up, you automatically are trained. Your mind is trained to speak those things, to speak positive. Speak it as if it's happening right now, today. Because when you embark upon affirmations to do with this self-healing, I want you to give yourself time to adjust to the constant input and be determined, no matter how testing this process is going to be. Eventually, the barriers that confront you will crumble. Because affirmations leading to self-healing are like planting seeds which need sun. It needs light and water for them to grow into a strong and beautiful flower. So what you need to do is to take constant care of your spiritual mind garden. Think of it as a spiritual mind garden. Or is it just seeds that are planted that hasn't grown because it haven't been filled with sun and light and water? Have you grew them? Are they growing, or is it just still seeds planted? And what are these seeds? So the more positive affirmations that you put into your mind, the more they sprout into beautiful flowers like a flower garden. And next thing you know, wow, the magic happens. Because once you have mastered the art of self-healing and can embrace self-love, you're ready to take the next step, which is healing others. And the healing others, because of the patterns, once we do this exercise and recognize the patterns and be able to change these patterns, we're helping our kids. We're helping our loved ones, our people that are around us. We're helping strangers. We're helping people that are sick and ill. We're helping people that are going through depression or have suicidal thoughts or feeling alone. We're helping all these people. So when you can truly look into your own eyes, and you can look in that mirror and stare at in the mirror for hours and love yourself, it's more love than anything. And you can recognize these seeds that were planted in your past, in your childhood, that caused a bad experience, a bad memory, a traumatic event or events. And you can recognize that and recognize who did this to you. And not only recognize the traumatic experience, but recognize who was there to love you. Who was there that you could talk to? Who was there that kept you safe? And then recognizing in your adulthood of who is around you now. Who is loving you? Who do you feel safe with now? Or who is negative that should not be in your life? Or make you feel uncomfortable or unhappy or bad about yourself? Or you cringe when they come around? Or you don't feel the love, or you feel it's using your intuition that something's not right. Once you recognize all these aspects, and you heal it with love, and you visualize yourself at a young age, and you give that little girl love and light, and every day you say to yourself that you love yourself, that you're beautiful, that your heart is pure, your hair is beautiful, your eyes are beautiful, your body is beautiful, your skin is beautiful, whatever it is. Once you start implanting new seeds in your life by speaking those things as it is, your self-healing truly starts. And I congratulate all that does this. I congratulate all that did this course, because this is one of the most important participant journal work lessons that we'll be doing this week. Because it's going to make you think. It's going to make you feel. And it's going to make you realize who you are today. So with this, I'm sending love, light, healing to you. This is not going to be easy, guys. And this is something you cannot do within 5, 10, 15 minutes. This exercise, you need a quiet place where you can think. A quiet place where you can just go through your emotions. And a quiet place where you can heal. So I thank you all, my queens. Sending love and light and healing. God bless.